Good evening, everyone. I am extremely excited to kick off a rock and roll adventure presented by Cedar Point, benefiting the families of the Northern Ohio chapter of A Kid Again. And what can be more exciting than coming to you directly from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum in beautiful downtown Cleveland? While we wish we were all together, the health and safety of our community is important to us. So thank you for joining us virtually. This year has been like none other, and certainly not how we expected to celebrate 25 years of delivering hope, happiness, and healing through the adventures of A Kid Again. For families that have children battling life-threatening conditions, just after the Northern Ohio team took over, 400 cheering critically ill kids, siblings, and parents to a Cleveland Cavaliers game in February, COVID-19 hit the nation. And with that, all in-person adventures came to a pause. But this pandemic did not stop this chapter of A Kid Again from delivering our mission to our families. They know that they would need adventures now more than ever, so they quickly reimagined this programming to help keep our families hopeful and positive, and to let them know they have not been forgotten. What this pivot in programming looked like was getting scarce PPEs to families, producing virtual adventures like the dance party with Slider, a tour of the Cleveland Aquarium, and Soapbox Derby event. This chapter also participated in the national initiative of Adventures in a Box. Through Adventures in a Box, families had fantastic ways to break up the monotony of isolation through a drive-through event, one they could enjoy from the safety of their cars. Upon arriving at the A Kid Again office in Twinsburg, families were greeted by cheering, compassionate volunteers and staff, superheroes and princesses, thousands of giant bubbles and music. They also received a box filled with summertime fun, such as t-shirts, tie-dye kits, popsicle molds, water balloons, and more, as well as snacks for the ride home. The smiles coming from inside the cars were infectious. Tonight, you will hear from Northern Ohio families and hear why the adventures for A Kid Again are so important to them. Tonight, you can have a direct and positive impact on the lives of critically ill children and their families. Through your generosity, you will help these families give illness a time out. Let us start by hearing from Annie and her family.
When you guys first started coming to the A Kid Again adventures and you signed up, what was your initial draw to A Kid Again? Like, why did you think it would be a good fit for your family?
You guys include the siblings and the whole family. Like it's memories for the whole family. It's not stuff. A lot of places do a ton of things for the child that has the illness, but they kind of leave out the rest of the family. And the rest of the family is really, we consider Annie's siblings the unsung heroes, because they're the ones that push her and help her and treat her like a normal kid, and they keep her going, right? So they need stuff, events, memories, just as much as Annie does.
Do you like hanging out with your brothers and sister? Yeah, I can tell. When you guys came up for the Adventure in a Box, I could just see the love that you all have with each other and for each other, and hugging and pushing everybody around. It was really, really fun to see you guys. Sarah, why was that Adventure in a Box so important to you guys to get out of the house? I know you have a 2.5-hour drive, and that was just one way. So what made you get the whole family? And was the whole family excited about hopping in the car?
They were. Everybody was really excited. It gave us something to do, a reason to get out of the house. And the kids were so excited to open up everything there, but then they were even more excited when we got home, and there was so much awesome goodies in that bag that we got to make memories over the course of days. That it wasn't just that trip there to receive the bag from you guys and that was it. We had days of tie-dye, days of sidewalk chalk, what day of water balloon fight. There was just so much in that little bag. It was awesome. So we had so much fun and made so many memories with that bag.
What about you, Mom and Dad? Is there anything, you would like to share of just anything additional comments about either the adventure in the box or what you all are looking forward to?
I know we haven't been with you guys for that long, but what we have done has been amazing, and it's just so awesome to see the hope and the love and happiness you guys have brought to our family. But the Christmas party was amazing to see so many families, and everybody was happy. It was just so awesome. The love and the generosity, everything you guys give to everyone is amazing, and we can't thank you enough for that.
That's definitely what we want to do. We want to just try to make everything easy. We want to see smiles like I see on little April and everybody out there now, and I can't wait to see you guys in person. We have a lot of people watching tonight. I'm just wondering if there would be something you guys could say to everybody watching.
Thank you for helping a kid again.
You guys are amazing. I am so happy that I've gotten to meet you all. I can't wait to see you guys at the next adventure. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. I know people are really going to get a thrill out of meeting you guys. And, who knows, maybe you'll meet some of our people watching at the next adventure. You guys, thank you. Stay safe, okay?
Bye, you guys too.
Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to be back for a second year in a row. Tonight we're going to meet a few of our families, share some wonderful stories of why our adventures are so important to them. And we'll also be presenting our first time ever award to a group of very special people. We also have an incredible auction that includes a fantastic island getaway, a medium green egg, a hot tub rental for your home, and a hard to find 23-year-old bottle of Pappy Van Winkle bourbon. There is also a raffle for a rare 8-bottle collector's set of Blanton's, which only 200 tickets will be sold. Tickets went on sale for this unique opportunity a few weeks ago, so be sure to get your tickets before they're sold out. To participate in the auction and raffle, you must be registered. So if you have not done so, please scan the QR code or go to the website you see right here on the bottom of our screen. If you are already registered, just look for the text from Givergy, who is our mobile bidding platform provider, and click on that link that was sent to you. It's that easy. The auction will end promptly at 10 p.m. tonight, so even after this presentation is long over, keep bidding so we can get more families with critically ill children to their next adventure. I would now like to introduce you to Christine Bucknell, the Executive Director of the Northern Ohio chapter of A Kid Again.
Tonight, you'll hear a lot about our core mission of providing hope, happiness, and healing to families raising critically ill children. But adventures do a lot more. Adventures help strengthen family bonds and help keep them social and active, which ultimately improves the overall health and well-being of the family and just makes them laugh. And we all know that laughter is the best medicine. Adventures are also a distraction from upcoming treatments or hospital stays, a distraction from waiting for the phone to ring to learn about the recent test results, and a distraction from the challenges that a Kid Again families face every day. But adventures also create unbridled joy, and not just for the kids and their parents, but for volunteers, staff, and donors too. When you come to an adventure and get greeted by an army of people going through what you say to yourself is an impossible situation, with huge smiles and running up to say hello and to give you a big hug like you are a long-lost friend, you are hooked. And by the end of the day, you will realize that you have been smiling all day because your face actually hurts. Whether you can't tell that a child is ill, or if he has a trach in his throat, or if he is bald, or is attached to oxygen, or in a wheelchair or can't verbalize, the joy and excitement you see in the faces of all of the kids always comes through loud and clear. At Adventures, you will witness pure joy, smiles from ear to ear, belly laughs, and shrieks of excitement. These families will tug at your heart and inspire you. Hardly a week goes by that I don't hear a remarkable story about a family and why adventures are so important to them. But this evening, I'm going to introduce you to an extraordinary family that exemplifies why we do what we do and why we need your support tonight. Shortly, you'll hear from Ann and Dan, the parents of 4 incredible kids. You'll also hear from Olivia and Lauren, their 2 daughters. You will not hear from big brother Alex because he is studying biomedical engineering at the University of Michigan, much in part because of what his siblings have gone through. And you will not hear from Brent. Brent and his sister Lauren share the same genetic disorder that has caused them to contract a variety of cancers, including bone, brain, muscles, and skin. Between the two of them, they have endured countless painful surgeries and treatments and long hospital stays away from their family. Sadly, in 2018, Brent lost his battle and earned his wings just before Christmas. Tonight, this family will tell you their story. You will learn how friends over 20 years ago began calling their growing family Raymer Nation, and how this nickname became their battle cry against cancer and fear. You will also learn how the Adventures of a Kid Again helped them through some very, very tough times. It is my honor to present to you the Raymer Nation.
So Dan and I have 4 children. We have 2 boys and 2 girls. Alex is in college. Brent passed away 2 years ago. Lauren is heading off to college this year. And Olivia is a rising 7th grader.
Well, it's kind of ironic. Raymer Nation didn't actually start off as a compliment. It didn't actually start off with what it is today. We used to play volleyball, sand volleyball out at Whiskey Island. Most of the other people weren't even married, let alone have kids. And so it wasn't always easy to get a babysitter, so we would go trekking out there with our 3 kids in tow, and we walk out there, and the people that were already out there were looking and see this whole gaggle of kids coming behind us, and they were calling us Raymer Nation. It's since evolved into something much more special to us, and it just kind of represents the bond we have as a family, how we stick together. We work through our problems, we make the best, no matter what we've been dealt, we just try to make the best of it, try to have fun where we can, as well as all the support of all the people that have helped us out over the years.
So 2 of our children, Brent and Lauren, have a rare inherited genetic disorder. Brent was diagnosed with a very large osteosarcoma, which is when we discovered that he and Lauren both had Li-Fraumeni syndrome. Most difficult is that a lot of pediatric cancer, so 50% of the cancers that will happen with people that have Li-Fraumeni will show up in the childhood settings. When we started scanning, that's when we found Lauren's first brain tumor. So we had 2 children in the hospital at the same time undergoing treatment.
After Brent passed away, Lauren was in the middle of treatment. Lauren had to go back into the same hospital and to continue treatment, and it was very hard.
So Brent and Lauren have just had incredible challenges and near constant cancer of various diagnoses. It's consumed our family for the better part of a decade.
I think one of the most important things about A Kid Again is that it's certainly about the child that's going through the medical issue, but it's not just that. It's about the entire family. They recognize that there's one child that's sick, but it affects the entire family.
I like that they always have something fun to do. There's always something new and fun that they have planned for us. I'm just always excited when I get a letter in the mail from A Kid Again saying there's a venture soon.
Whoever could go, and if something inevitably came up, like a lot of times Brent would get a fever and have to be rushed to the ED. And it was always very disappointing when that would happen. He worried about the toll that it would take on his siblings, and he would take such joy in hearing about the different things that, even if he didn't go to it, if he missed it.
Yep, just sending him photos. When we got back to the hospital, just telling him about it, and he just loved it.
And he felt like he didn't miss out by hearing how much Olivia enjoyed going to a hockey game.
I think that one of the coolest parts of A Kid Again is that no 2 families necessarily have the same story. They all are going through their own hardships, but you go there and you see people and you can see little bits of, their struggles, but you don't actually see that when you're talking to them. You see them as people. You understand there's that common understanding that everybody is coming from something hard, and you see all of these patients as kids. And I think that that's something so special, because as a cancer survivor, going back to school, it's very alienating, because, I'm going there with a bald head. I'm going, after missing, weeks on end of school. You feel very out of place, but I felt very, very at home at every single event at A Kid Again. I've kind of grown up with A Kid Again, and I think that that's been one of the most helpful things that I've had as a resource. I just hope that A Kid Again is able to keep growing, because it really does make a big impact on not just the patient, but the whole entire family. It gives you a little slice of normality in our crazy world.
Wow, what an amazing family and an incredible story of strength, perseverance, and love. Even before this pandemic, families needed the adventures of A Kid Again. But now more than ever, they need something positive to look forward to. They need something to be hopeful for. Now I'm going to ask you to help bring hope, happiness, and healing through the adventures of A Kid Again to families just like Lauren's and Brent's, and to their siblings and parents. It is through your participation and generosity in our call to the heart that you will become a part of the legacy of making a difference in the lives of not only the critically ill children, but also the parents that you meet here tonight. So before we get started, I want to give you an opportunity to register if you have not done so already, by scanning that QR code or by going to the website you see at the bottom of our page right here. Once registered, you can go to the tab on the left side of the event page and click on Donate. Again, for those that pre-registered, you should have received a text from Givergy, so get out your phones, get registered, and go to the Donate page. I'll give you a minute to get set up. Are you there yet? All right, let's get started. Tonight, with your gift of $10,000, 285 critically ill children will go on an adventure to the zoo, a Cavs game, Cedar Point, or maybe the GPD Group Soapbox Derby. They'll get to hang out with other kids just like themselves, and they'll laugh and play all day. Parents will get to exchange ideas, resources, and milestones with other parents that know exactly what they are going through. And for that one day, they'll not be thinking about the illness. They'll just be enjoying the day of fun, wonderful memories, and family. Our next level is $5,000. Your gift of $5,000 provides one full year of adventures for 3 families. This will take care of admissions, parking, and lunch for all of them. Parents do not have to worry about a thing. All they have to do is show up, have fun, and create wonderful memories. Our next level is $2,500. Your gift of $2,500 will purchase 100 holiday gifts for critically ill children and their siblings. So many of our parents worry about how they will come up with the money to purchase gifts for the holidays due to the astronomical cost of medical treatments, and in some cases, job loss due to COVID-19. Just imagine the joy of parents experience when they watch their children rip open their gifts on that special day. Our next level of $1,500. Your gift of $1,500 will take one family on an adventure for a full year. With this donation, you are giving a family the gift of time away from the hospital, the gift of enjoying each other, and the gift of creating memories that will last forever. Your gift will help our families replace frightened, painful, or sad memories with ones filled with laughter, joy, and smiles. Our next gift level is $600. Your gift of $600 will provide care packages for families when a child has an upcoming hospital stay. Your gift will make it possible for A Kid Again to help make that difficult time just a little bit easier and to let families know they are not alone. The gift might be a teddy bear to snuggle, some activities or games, or even a meal delivered to the hospital by a compassionate staff or volunteer. Our final gift this evening is $385, and your gift of $385 will take one child with cancer, sickle cell disease, spinal muscular atrophy, or whatever the critical illness may be, on an adventure for one full year. Just think, one entire year will give that child something positive to look forward to besides going to the doctor's office or an upcoming surgery or therapy. No gift is too large or too small. Whether it's $35, the cost of one child to go on an adventure, or $50, $100, or $250, your donation will create hope, happiness, and healing through the adventures of a kid again. Remember, our kids and their families need you now more than ever. If you were not able to donate during this call to the heart, you have until 10 p.m. tonight to do so.
On behalf of A Kid Again, I would like to thank Cedar Point for being our presenting sponsor for the 4th year in a row, and to congratulate them for providing laughter, smiles, and happy memories for 150 years. Also, I would like to thank the GPD Group, Riley Contracting, Interim Health, Omnova Foundation, and SwageLock, our other sponsors this evening. Thank you all very much. I've been involved with A Kid Again since 2008. What originally attracted me to the organization was that you get a front row seat to the smiles and growing friendships between the families, staff, and our amazing volunteers. I really look forward to adventures to watch families greet and embrace each other as they smile, laugh, and update each other on their lives. I also very much enjoy seeing the kids and parents and even the teenagers dole out giant hugs to our amazing staff. This ritual really grabs your hearts and lets you know that you are involved in something truly wonderful, and why I've stuck around for over 12 years. Besides the cost-free, year-round group adventures that Kid Again provides, ongoing support for enrolled families. An example of this is when a child passes, or as we say, earns his or her wings. We keep them in our hearts and in the A Kid Again family. One special family comes to mind. Dakota had just earned her wings the week before we were to go on the Good Time 3. This adventure was one of her favorites, and she was really looking forward to it, but unfortunately she just did not make it. The family wanted to attend in her memory, to feel close to her, and to not be alone. As a parent, this really got to me, but more importantly, the fact that we were there for families like Dakota's, even in their darkest time, makes me proud to be part of this amazing organization. Today, this chapter serves over 350 families, and we are constantly growing. Since the entire family is included in the fund, this local chapter helps over 1,500 kids with life-threatening conditions, siblings, and parents laugh, smile, and create happy memories. But we know there are many more families out there that need the healthy recreational breaks from illness that adventures provide, and we are determined to reach them all, which is why your support tonight is so essential. Thank you for joining us this evening.
It's my pleasure to join you this evening in support of the amazing families of A Kid Again. I got involved with the Northern Ohio chapter of A Kid Again after arriving at Cedar Point in 2014. When I arrived here, I knew I wanted to get more involved by serving on the board and improving the A Kid Again Cedar Point experience for families in Northern Ohio. I mean, how can you not get involved when you hear that there are over 1 million children in the United States battling a life-threatening condition? There are 27,000 new critical diagnoses annually, and at any given time, there are nearly 5,000 innocent children living out their final 6 months. These are the kids, along with their families, who are served by A Kid Again. Social isolation, wearing masks, washing hands, and applying sanitizer due to the compromised immune systems of their ill children is really nothing new for many of our families. But this pandemic has brought them a whole new level of uncertainty, quarantine, isolation, and fear. Support systems such as families, friends, physical therapists, and social workers have not been readily available. Trips to the doctor's office or hospitals could put their child at greater risk. What they need now are the adventures of A Kid Again. And with your help tonight, we will be ready for the next adventure. Ryan is one of our amazing kids who has an illness so rare that probably none of you have heard it before. It is CDKL5. Ryan's mom, Megan, once told us that only 1,400 children across the world have been diagnosed with CDKL5, and of those, only about 40 are boys. This is their story.
This is my husband, John. This is our son, Ryan. He's the youngest. Our oldest daughter, Lily. And our middle kid, Jack, who doesn't apparently want to be in the shot. And I'm Megan. My husband and I both work full-time. We have 3 very active kids, the youngest of whom has a lot of medical appointments. And I think for me, the days get away from me. And then, a day goes by, 3 days go by, and I didn't research the destination, and I just haven't put it together because it's not a priority of daily life. And so the fact that A Kid Again takes that whole piece away, I can't say enough about it. they're wonderful. They're terrific. I mean, I get an email about once every month, once every other month that, coming up, we're going to Cedar Point, we're going to an Indians game. All I have to do as mom is look at my calendar. Does it fit? Great. RSVP. Show up. I mean, it's amazing, and it's always fun, and there's always something added. It's not just going to Cedar Point, it's going to Cedar Point and, having lunch and all of these extra things. And so it gives my kids something to look forward to. Obviously, mom and dad too, makes it so much easier, because even a trip to Cedar Point, which is local, I mean, you have to buy the tickets and, do all this preparation in advance. And all I have to do is make sure the kids are ready to go, and we show up, and it's a day full of fun. So who wouldn't want to do that?
When we go on the adventures, some of the families you get familiar with, and so in those moments, maybe a little commiseration on, the things that are unique about your situation when you have a medically fragile child. Maybe share war stories or talk about different challenges that you might have and exchange ideas. And it's just nice to talk with people who have a similar experience and a similar view on life. I think everyone enjoys that.
I do think that a Kid Again offers that opportunity for every family member to see, similarities in other families and make them feel like, okay, this isn't so unique or so different. For me, it's all about inclusion. Mainstream society is seeing our kids in wheelchairs or walkers or whatever the situation is out in the world, right? And I think that is only going to encourage inclusion and encourage acceptance, which is all anyone wants. Because why should we stay home? We shouldn't. We should be out in the world and going to Cedar Point and going to Indians games and doing all of these things. And it is about memory. That's really what a Kid Again is giving us.
Hopefully everyone is getting a clear picture of how important adventures are to these families. Be sure to keep buying those Blanton raffle tickets if there's any left. And of course, keep bidding on those hard-to-get items like the 23-year-old Pappy Van Winkle, a stay in a Florida condo, a Yeti cooler, all in our online auctions. Of course, there's plenty more incredible items, so pick up your phones and find that perfect gift for someone or even yourself.
Like most parents, I cannot even imagine receiving the news that my child has a life-threatening condition. Your world must come to a crashing halt, and you have more questions than answers. How do you explain this to your child and to his siblings? How do you prepare your family for what is to come, what might come? I was attracted to a Kid Again because my family and I wanted to be part of an organization that was helping families in our community. We found that with a Kid Again. I fell in love with the passion of our families, staff, board, and volunteers. Sometimes people don't recognize the power of an adventure and how special they can be to a family raising a sick child. They fail to connect the freedom of an adventure and how cathartic it can be to a family whose sole focus most days is on their real child. Adventures are designed to help the entire family put illness aside because they are all affected when illness strikes. People often ask me, what makes a Kid Again unique? I can tell you, lots of things. Since our adventures are year-round, families can attend as many adventures as they want. This way, they always have something positive to look forward to other than doctor's visits or hospital stays. Our unique group adventures give families the opportunity to network with families enduring similar trials. While many of our enrolled children have more common illnesses, others have extremely rare, life-threatening conditions that most of us have never heard of. A Kid Again is illness agnostic and constantly adopting our programs to support children suffering from even the rarest of diseases. Thank you for your time, and remember, the number of families that we're able to serve grows because of your generosity. Every year, we add new families, and we need your support. And now, let's see what a Kid Again adventure at Cedar Point looks like. Thank you.
It's really an honor and pleasure for us to host you guys here. I don't need that applause. It's great for us to partner with the Kid Again I used to work down at Kings Island, and we had a great partnership there as well. And it's just fantastic that you could come out today. I hope everybody has a great day here at Cedar Point today. Thanks for coming.
Okay, one last thing I gotta tell you. His heart, okay? We used to get about 150 free tickets, and he said, I love these kids and I love these families and I want to make a difference in their lives. We want to give you us a giant timeout. Bring as many as you want, and we won't charge you for tickets. If it weren't for him, and he hates this because he's really humble, but if it weren't for Jason McClure, this wouldn't be possible. One more round of applause for Jason and his whole team.
A timeout where you can just come, leave. We just got out of the hospital yesterday. So really? Yeah, and I told the doctors we're taking her to Cedar Point, but we wouldn't have been able to do that financially because of everything.
Oh, I'm gonna, when it's dark out, there's rock stars here.
There's rock stars here?
Yeah,
get out of
here.
You know, we've gotten to know a lot of people in the group, so getting to see each other is always fun.
Give you opportunities to go out and have fun and be a kid because you missed out on some stuff.
It's good for the kids to see that they're not alone with whatever they're dealing with through the adversities of their whatever they're going through, and it's just a nice experience.
For a while now, the Northern Ohio chapter has been working on creating a special award for those going above and beyond for the families of a kid again. We visualize this to be an award of excellence, and only to those that hold our family in the highest regard and believe strongly in our mission. We wanted this award to be a special memorial to the children we serve who fight so incredibly hard to attend as many adventures as they can with their brothers, sisters, and parents. The family selected was the one you met tonight, the Raymer family. This award today and always will only be given to those with extreme commitment and compassion for our families that advocate for a kid again and our amazing kids and their families. The award is called the Raymer Nation Award of Excellence. We are proud to call Cedar Point our partner, and we are excited to announce that the first Raymer Nation Award goes to Cedar Point. Since 2008, Cedar Point has donated over $500,000 in park admissions, parking, and wonderful lunches for nearly 7,000 critically ill kids, siblings, and parents. But that wasn't enough. Jason McClure, the Cedar Point general manager, said we can do more. So the team at Cedar Point created the Winter Chill Out. And what a crazy concept this was. Roller coaster enthusiasts from across the nation were invited to the shores of Lake Erie in February to get a frigid behind-the-scenes look in Cedar Point and sometimes a sneak peek at the soon-to-be-unveiled coaster. Did I mention this was in February on Lake Erie? Over 6 years, this wonderful and cold event has raised over $200,000, which in turn has created 5,700 adventures and countless smiles. These events were made even more special by the hundreds of Cedar Point employees who volunteer to host this amazing event each year. Jason, we present you with this first ever Raymer Nation Award for Cedar Point's dedication, generosity, volunteerism, and heart. Congratulations, Jason.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome. This is great. You know, it's a real honor to accept this award on behalf of all the Cedar Point associates that volunteer at the Winter Chill Out, as well as when we host a kid again at the park every summer, and also on behalf of all of our biggest fans that attend Winter Chill Out every year. Cedar Point's purpose is to make people happy, and it's even more special when we get to do it for the families of a kid again when we host them at the park. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Jason and Cedar Point, and thank you for being our presenting sponsors for tonight's event. We also want to thank our other sponsors, GPD Group, Riley Contracting, and Interim Healthcare. And of course, thank you for watching, bidding, and donating tonight. Thank you for your generosity, and don't forget, the auction, raffle, and donation page are open until 10 p.m. tonight, so keep your phones close. Good night, all, and we hope to see you at our next adventure.